This. This is the moment I lost it while watching Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter, upon seeing the ultimate power residing in his hands, chooses to defend himself, which I'm okay with. Obviously, if there's a two-faced little demon chasing after you, I'd be all for defending yourself. But when he realizes he has ultimate power, he makes a conscious choice in his head. He is looking at Quirrell, who has just had half of his hand go up in dust simply for touching Harry. And when Voldemort demands that Quirrell get the stone, Harry, rather than grab the stone and run, uses his hands on Quirrell's face, knowing that it will turn him into dust and end his life forever. And this is all the doing of some 11-year-old during the last week of boarding school. Intense stuff. Needless to say, this is not how it happens in the books. In the books, Harry is in equal amount of pain because when Voldemort touches him, his scar hurts to the point of him almost losing his ability to see. He still can see though, because through this, he sees a blurry vision in which Quirrell is in immense pain. But Harry can't really do anything about it because he's essentially in the fetal position as well. And Voldemort is just barking orders out of the back of Quirrell's head to a person who is also in the fetal position in pain as well. It's actually kind of a comedic scene if it weren't so dark. This is the description in the books. Now give me the stone, unless you want her to have died in vain. Never. Harry sprang toward the flame door, but Voldemort screamed, "Seize him!" And the next second, Harry felt Quirrell's hand close on his wrist. At once, a needle-sharp pain seared across Harry's scar. He felt as though it was about to split in two. He yelled, struggling with all his might, and to his surprise, Quirrell let go of him. The pain in his head lessened. He looked around wildly to see where Quirrell had gone and saw him hunched in pain, looking at his fingers. They were blistering before his eyes. "Seize him! Seize him!" shrieked Voldemort again. And Quirrell lunged, knocking Harry clean off his feet, landing on top of him, both hands around Harry's neck. Harry's scar was almost blinding him with pain, yet he could see Quirrell howling in agony. "Master, I cannot hold him! My hands! My hands!" And Quirrell, though pinning Harry to the ground with his knees, let go of his neck and stared, bewildered at his own palms. Harry could see they looked burned, raw, red and shiny. "Then kill him, fool, and be done!" screeched Voldemort. Quirrell raised his hand to perform a deadly curse, but Harry, by instinct, reached up and grabbed Quirrell's face. "Ah!" Quirrell rolled off him, his face blistering too, and then Harry knew Quirrell couldn't touch his bare skin, not without suffering terrible pain. His only chance was to keep hold of Quirrell, keep him in enough pain to stop him from doing a curse. Harry jumped to his feet, caught Quirrell by the arm, and hung on as tight as he could. Quirrell screamed and tried to throw Harry off. The pain in Harry's head was building. He couldn't see. He could only hear Quirrell's terrible shrieks and Voldemort's yells of "Kill him! Kill him!" and other voices, maybe in Harry's own head, crying, "Harry! Harry!" He felt Quirrell's arm wrenched from his grasp, knew all was lost, and fell into blackness. Down, down, down. Something gold was glinting just above him. The snitch. He tried to catch it, but his arms were too heavy. He blinked. It wasn't the snitch at all. It was a pair of glasses. How strange. He blinked again. The smiling face of Albus Dumbledore swam into view above him. "Good afternoon, Harry," said Dumbledore. And this is when he finds himself in the hospital wing, where Dumbledore reveals to him that Quirrell is dead, to the amazement of Harry, and that Quirrell didn't die by Harry's hands, but died when Voldemort chose to flee from Quirrell as a host. Quirrell's body couldn't take that, and he died. Now, there is a slight, infinitesimal chance that Harry really could have killed Quirrell in the room with the mirror and the stone. But Harry never did that consciously. If he did it, Dumbledore is lying to him here, simply to make this more palatable for an 11-year-old. And to be honest, even if Dumbledore is lying, good for him. No 11-year-old needs to know that he killed the host for the parasite Voldemort when he chose violence and power himself. Dumbledore made the right decision here if Harry ended up really unknowingly killing Quirrell. But I digress because I don't really believe that's the case. And I have to be honest, this is an important point as well, because in the book series, Harry's biggest flaw, which is not really a flaw but a great attribute, is that he has compassion on people that have truly wronged him. Think of the good adaptation of Harry having mercy on Peter Pettigrew in the third book. In other parts that book readers will know, Harry has compassion on Wormtail in another vitally important scene. He has compassion on Draco and even Voldemort himself at the end, pleading with Voldemort to try for some remorse, which is the only known way that a soul split into a Horcrux can repair itself. So the very fact that Harry would willingly choose to murder someone in the end of this movie goes against the core tenet that makes Harry, Harry. It's his compassion. It's his love. And I'm sorry, but that is not something I think the movies can skip over easily, and is the reason that I think movie Harry is very, very different from his portrayal in the books. But hey, maybe I'm wrong about this whole thing, so let me know in the comments what you think, and let me know about any other changes you hate in the movies as we are counting down all the book to movie changes in the series over the next few months in prep for the HBO series coming out. So make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in the next one.